Two trims in the 2024 F-150. To my right, I have the F-150 Tremor trim in the Super Crew 4x4 package. Comparing it over to the 2024 F-150 in the XLT. We're going to show you guys the main differences in this video here at Vagabond Builds with James and Sandu. Please tap that like button and subscribe to our channel if you'd like to see more videos like this one. Thanks so much, and a shout out to Folsom Lake Ford here in Folsom Lake, California for providing us these beautiful trucks for this comparison video. Also keep watching because we're going to be talking about price and dropping those MSRP stickers so you guys get an exact idea of what comes on these trucks and the price tags with that. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive in. So let's go ahead and dive in and talk, what do we get under the hood of the Tremor compared to the XLT? Now, the XLT is the third level up from the lowest trim. That is going to be XL, STX, and then XLT. And then right after the XLT, we see the Tremor. Some people claim it to be a package. We're claiming it to be a trim in this video. Now, we only popped one hood because you get 3.5 liter twin turbo charged 10-speed automatic transmission in both of these trucks. In the XLT, you have one of four options. You have the 2.7 liter, the V8 naturally aspirated, the 3.5 liter twin turbo, and then you also have the hybrid option as well. And yes, there's the Lightning, but I don't claim it to be part of the option because it's a full EV. In the Tremor, you have one of two options. You have the 3.5 liter twin turbocharged V6 paired together with the 10-speed automatic transmission that pushes out 400 horsepower with 500 pounds-feet of torque, okay? And then you also have the second option, which is the V8 naturally aspirated that gives you 400 horsepower with 410 pounds-feet of torque. So one of two, one of four options, okay? Let's go ahead and shut this hood and talk main differences on the front ends. Again, the Tremor is the higher trim. The XLT is right under it. And what are we seeing different, starting with the lower trim? Take a look up top, the hood. We don't have the bezel placements for the Tremor. Dropping down, we have the color schemes that are going to be completely different on the grille and also the grille design. You don't have the bronze gold instead of that black gloss, and there's going to be a gray going around that full grille area. Dropping down, we don't have a skid plate, but we have kind of a rabbit whacker there or a protection. And I'm going to show you guys that as well. Let's shoot over to the Tremor. Now the Tremor have the bezels up top, kind of representing the Raptor, its bigger brother. They are not active. Give it a sportier look. The grille itself, complete different design, have kind of those big hole pockets. Makes it more clear for those active air vent shutters. You could actually see them better. And then the bronze trim instead of that black gloss going across. This is a complete darker gray trim around that grille. Dropping down, as I mentioned, the skid plate on the bottom there, okay? Now let's shoot over to the side. But before I shoot over to the side, the headlight system are both LEDs, and also the fog lights are LEDs as well, okay? Just wanted to mention that to you guys. I want people asking me that. Now we're gonna start talking about wheel area and then also suspension. Starting with the XLT, you have a kind of smaller tire or a more lower grade tire and rim. You have a black gloss color. It is a Goodyear Wrangler all-terrain tire, and its coming size is 275/65/18 with a standard about 8.8 inch ground clearance with that standard suspension, shock spring strut suspension. Shooting over to the Tremor, this is where you're going to see a lot of difference. Is you get the General Grabbers all-terrain tires, more beefy off-road tire, gunmetal gray, different design on that rim itself. And then the suspension system is a upgraded Tremor off-road suspension system. So you're upgrading that that suspension for a off-road spring. The hub is also a beefed up hub, and then a beefed up upper control arm, just making that experience for off-road a whole lot better, okay? F-150 Tremor, this is different here, this emblem or trim work with the bronze and gold, and then we compare it over to the XLT, a little bit smaller, less beefy in the black gloss. Side mirrors completely the same with the blind spot assist, integrated blinker lighting, 360 panoramic camera. If we come over to the door area, difference is going to be near the rocker panel area or the running board area. Complete different running boards. Ford, kind of more of a standard look Road Princess running board, to where an off-road kind of aggressive bed liner spray running board, okay? Keyless fob entry, could actually lock them, and they both have the number pads for unlocking and locking these trucks. Shoot over to the rear end. Got the TREMOR sticker on the TREMOR. And then FX4 off-road. They both are 4x4s, but this just adding a different sticker. Not much in the bigger deal. Now, I wanted to mention also that the TREMOR does sit about an inch higher at 9.8 inch ground clearance than the regular standard F-150s because of that upgraded suspension, all right? Didn't want to forget that as well. So now let's go ahead and talk rear end differences, starting with the XLT. XLT difference is going to be placement of your plugs on the trailer, all right? On the XLT, it's on the right. The TREMOR has it on the left. The dual tip exhaust, you don't get the exhaust here in the bumpers, okay? And then the taillights themselves, the XLT comes halogen taillights and a different kind of design. They add actually a parking light on the TREMOR, so it's a higher end taillight. Let's go ahead and shoot over to that. See what I mean? Higher end tail light with the LED lighting here in the back. Also the extra parking light there. All right. You get the TREMOR there on the left-hand side of that tailgate. Got the exhaust, as I mentioned, one on the right and on the left, so it's a dual tip exhaust. You get the hooks there. And also the trailer brakes on the left-hand side, as I mentioned. Those are pretty much the main differences here in the rear. Let's go ahead and pop open that tailgate and show you guys the differences on these tailgates. Now, this tailgate's a little bit more simple. You don't have your measuring pad there. You also don't have kind of that extra feature on that step pad that you get in the tailgate. Let me go ahead and show you guys that. So you got the measuring pad. It's plastic. And then you have an extra button, that step pad, and you can actually pull this for assisting you getting inside the bed, all right? That's what's different with regards to the tailgates. Now, bed. Let's go ahead and talk bed. You're gonna have some more differences. This is the TREMOR, so higher trim. You're going to have that dual plug inverter with an on and off button, a LED switch for those bed lights, and then the extra upgraded hooks that you get on this bed. Let's go ahead and show you guys that. And the XLT. The XLT has just one plug. You don't have an on and off button. You don't have the LEDs, okay? And then also, you don't have those extra hooks, but they still leave the places if you wanted to add those as well. Overall, other than that, with regards to the front, the sides, the rears, and the beds, that's pretty much what's different that we showed you in this video. If you guys want more of an in-depth review video, let's go ahead and shoot over to our other videos for just a single trim review here at Vagabond Builds with James Sendu. But now we're going to show you guys the main differences with regards to the interior. So now let's go ahead and dive into the main differences with regards to the interior. Now, before we start with the main differences, I want to mention that this 2024 XLT does come with a 302A accessory package, which adds the LED spotlight to the side mirrors, along with the back glass is an electric controlled back window. That is because of 302A package, to where the TREMOR has the TREMOR series package, and that just comes standard, all right? So that's different with regards to the packages. Now let's dive into the interior packages, what you're gonna see that meets the eye. First thing that you're gonna notice is the design with regards to the canvas or the seat wrapping, along with the trim work and the colors. The seat themselves is complete cloth or canvas in this XLT. The TREMOR does have partial leather on the right and left of the seat inserts, along with TREMOR embroidered on the top of that backrest. In front of that seat, you're going to have different design over that glove compartment area, the top glove compartment, along with the trim here. This is kind of a black gloss, to where the TREMOR is going to have bronze or gold. And that moves over to the center console area. The lid itself, the center console lid area, is going to be a writing pad. You're going to have a button there that you're going to press, and it's going to flop open the center console lid, and you're going to open up to you a writing pad that is very convenient if you're doing bids for construction jobs or whatnot. Then moving forward, the wireless charging pad that you're not getting in the XLT to where you get in the Tremor. Propping up this button here is a hill descent button in the XLT to where the Tremor has the off-road assist button and actually has different pictures on it. The Bang & Olufsen sound system, you're going to see the badge there on the dashboard. The add-on aux switches with regards to the accessories, okay? So if you want to add like LED bars or whatnot, you can hook them up to the aux switches in the Tremor. And moving forward to the A-pillars, you're going to see the Bang & Olufsen sound system, different in the tweeter, and then the door panel itself will have the B&O Bang & Olufsen cover. It's an upgraded cover. And then the switches, you get 2 extra buttons there on the left-hand side of the steering column. Those 2 buttons is going to be an inverter button that's going to be placed right here next to that tailgate lift button, and then a button there to control your pedals and the distance in which you want to set them. That's pretty much the difference in the front end of the interior. Let's go ahead and talk differences a second, price, MSRP stickers, and then shoot over to the Tremor. Now, everybody, this truck, the XLT that I'm sitting in right now, is coming in at around $62,700 and some change compared to the Tremor. And I'm going to show you guys what the Tremor is coming in at, around $68,000 minus some change, and what about $5,000 is getting you extra, starting with that front end that I mentioned over to the second row seating, exterior elements. You guys let me know if it's worth it. Now, finishing off with the second row seating in the XLT, what are the differences that you get? A lockable back bench that you're going to see on this back lower elbow of the back bench seat, and you're going to see a little key insert area. The XLT does not have a lockable back bench to where when you want to go ahead and pull this belt here, you can lift up this seat, and that lock will not allow you to lift up this seat, okay? And also, the Tremor does have a big cubby storage area, and I'm going to show you guys that as well, that you don't get in the XLT. The XLT is just complete carpet, all right? Let's go ahead and pull that belt down and drop it. I'm about 6 feet 2 inches. The Super Cab is the same on both. As I mentioned to you guys, the 232-inch length of the truck, but seat area is completely clear on the legroom and the head clearance. In front of us, the same exact stuff with regards to the pockets for the personal belongings, the vents, the USB-C plugins back here as well, and then the inverter, okay? Now let's go ahead and show you guys what an extra $5,000 will get you with regards to the front side of the interior on the Tremor and the back side. So now sitting in the Tremor, and let's go ahead and show you guys the main differences, everybody. Now, as you guys can already see in the video, look at this seat, just a higher class seat with that canvas insert or the cloth insert with the leather on the right and the left. The Tremor embroidered on the top of that backrest in that kind of bronze gold color. In front, as I mentioned, the design on the cover of the trim of that glove compartment, the top glove compartment that you get, all right? And then the golden bronze trim that I mentioned, all right? Now, shooting over to the center console area, remember I mentioned to you guys the stitching all around the car is that kind of gold bronze look. Yes, you do have it here on the steering wheel and so forth, but this is what the writing pad looks like. You press that button there and it opens up to you this writing pad. You could actually drop this shift lever and open up a full writing pad completely flat. Very nice and convenient, awesome accessory to have. Continuing forward, we have the wireless charging pad, as mentioned, popping up to this button here. This is the trail control enabled button that I mentioned, to where the XLT has the hill descent control. This is a trail control one pedal drive button system. It does help you and assist you with that. Up top, the aux switches if you want to add accessories to the exterior of your car or the interior. And then the Bang & Olufsen badge that I mentioned to you guys, the B and the O that you're going to see on the dashboard, the difference in tweeters, dropping down to the door panel, the B and O Bang & Olufsen cover, and that's metal instead of plastic. Also, to finish up with the front, those two buttons to where we control the pedals, bring them closer to you or set them further, and then also the inverter button there on the left-hand side of the tailgate button. That is pretty much the front side of this Tremor. This is what $5,000 is getting you guys. Do you guys think it's worth it with regards to the exterior, from the accents of off-road, drive me aggressive look, with regards to the upgraded suspension, to the interior? Finish off with the second row, and then we'll drop those MSRP stickers. Now, remember I told you guys about this bench seat in the back. Yes, you do have the same look from the front coming over to the back. That's different. That's obvious. But one thing that's super cool and a feature that you get here on the Tremor is the lockable back bench that we go ahead and lock it, and you no longer pull that belt and you're not allowed to lift that bench. So there goes the difference. We're gonna unlock it, and now you can lift that bench area, okay? You also get this cubby room. As I mentioned to you guys, this cubby here goes across, and there's some cool features to you. You can actually pop these gray little locking mechanisms back, drop this down, and you actually can use this area for bigger boxes or bigger tools. Pop that, and then we're gonna lock that back into place. Then you have another little switch there, a gray switch, that you can actually pop this out and split this cubby room if you don't want things sliding around as well, all right? Pretty cool feature to have. But other than that, guys, there's not much difference back here. I showed you guys the similarities with regards to the USB-C plugins, the inverter, the 12-volt outlet, the vents, and the pockets. This truck is coming in at around $68,000 minus some change. Do you guys think an off-road truck coming in at around $70,000 is worth it, or would you go for the XLT? Answer that question in the comment section below here at Vagabond Builds with James and Sandu. As promised, first MSRP sticker to the XLT. Here you go. Take a look at that, because there's just so much to mention in these videos, so they're not too long and you guys don't want to watch them. And then here's the second MSRP sticker to the Tremor, so you guys get an idea of what comes on this as well. Hopefully you guys like this video, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you, and God bless you.